Well, I'm enjoying myself. A blissful morning. Oh, look at this. This is my path walking through the forest here, my little forest. Sun is coming up, and this is really enjoying life. No stress, no tension, because why? There's a human effort that is going on, meaning that we want to get in contact with our inner self. Swami Parameshananda ji, he would have said, what is the goal of life? Self-realization, universal emancipation. This self-realization he's talking about is an inward journey, and he demonstrated it in his own life, coming as Lord Shiva, announcing his coming, and his body looked like that of Lord Shiva, glowing and plump like baby Shiva. And throughout his life he didn't have a guru in the earlier stages, but then Lord Shiva doesn't have a guru. He's Adi Deva. He's the epitome of guru. So this morning we have to keep that in mind, because we have to be thankful for God coming down and taking care. God coming down and showing us how to live our lives, because we need that. I'm going here slowly because it's coming down this forest here of mine, and the mountainside is very steep. You could see it, and I have to go very slow. But I like to do this so you get a feeling and you can enjoy my journey also. Isn't that so beautiful? Look at Surya Narayan coming up there. Anyway, let's do prayers to Surya Narayan. Okay, join with me. You see him there? Om Bhur Bhuvasvaha Tat Savitur Varenyam Bhargo Devasya Dhimahi Dhiyo Yo Naha Prachodayat. Om Bhur Bhuvasvaha Tat Savitur Varenyam Bhargo Devasya Dhimahi Dhiyo Yo Naha Prachodayat. Om Bhur Bhuvasvaha Tat Savitur Varenyam Bhargo Devasya Dhimahi Dhiyo Yo Naha Prachodayat. This prayer is so much powerful, and you should draw from the millions and billions of times that has been repeated. And if you think that you can pull that energy, then it's all yours. This is the greatness of mind power. Mind power is so powerful. And when we are concentrated, imagine that we are being forced into this mind power because of the COVID. In India, in the Caribbean, Trinidad, Guyana, here in America, and all parts of the world, this COVID is coming. And guess where we have to go? Inside, right? So let us make that effort, because we don't have a choice. If we try to do things other than going inside, you know what will happen? We'll go in depression. We'll get into sadness. We'll get into, all these maladies of things that will give us sorrow and unhappiness. So let's make a choice. This is God's doing, and this is so beautiful. Let us make that choice. Look at this morning here. And beautiful. I want to talk a little about one Swamiji in our ashram. There are many of them, but Swami Arupanandaji. He was a disciple of Swami Parameshananda way back in Bajitur, Bangladesh. ordinary person, not of a high class, ordinary class, caste, and he would have served Swami Parameshananda in all capacity. He will cook for Swami Parameshananda in the early days, before he became Swami Parameshananda, and he will clean his clothes, clean his bathroom, everything. And Swami Parameshananda was observing all of this. This is Lord Shiva, and he would have moved closer and closer into spiritual life. Imagine that an ordinary person having the opportunity to serve God. And he didn't know this, but the magnetic power of Swami Parameshananda was pulling him and asked him to do that. And is that what is happening to us too? That this magnetic power of God is pulling us towards Him every day. But we have to make an effort. And when we get that pull, when that energy is pulling, that divine power is pulling, then what happens? We have to go with it. We shouldn't resist it. Arupananda Swamiji, there's one time that he would have got so tired, and Guru Maharaj, as we affectionately call him, let's do adorations to Guru before we go any further. And here, oh, what a beautiful sight. Aren't you enjoying this? Look at the sun coming and the water and the fountain, the Lord Shiva. Om Dhyana Moolam Guru Murti Puja Moolam Guru Param Mantra Moolam Guru Vakyam Moksha Moolam Guru Kripa. Oh, adorations to Lord Shiva. And adorations to Swami Parameshananda, adorations to the Buddha, adorations to the Christ, great gurus, adorations to Mother Durga, adorations to Krishna Bhagwan, and all the great gurus. Now we've got them there with us. What else do we need? Anyway, Swami Arupananda, he would have, one time he got so tired, and then he was lying on the chest, put his head on the chest of Swami Parameshananda. Imagine lying, putting your head on God's chest, and he started, dribbling. So when he woke up and he saw the dribble on Swamiji's chest, and he wiped it away, and Guru Maharaj, Swami Parameshananda, incarnation of Lord Shiva, would have just smiled and just showed that love, and don't let him feel bad about it. These are the kinds of things. And one time I can remember we went together in Chennai, going from Kolkata. We were opening the ashram, the mandir in Rameshwaram, and we were there. And monks were visiting all the places and all of that. And then we have in Chennai, BHARAT SEVASHRAM Sheng would have received the Manav Mitra award from that community, the Chennai community there. So we were there. And some of the monks have come, but some of them, they were traveling around, and a car was coming with 5 of the monks, and on the way there was a major accident, and some of our Swamijis died. But there was one Swamiji, that Maharaj, he was a brahmachari, Dalal Maharaj, who was a direct attendant of Swami Arupananda. And when news came that he passed on, he died. And I was there when we were telling Arupananda Swamiji, and all Swamiji would have said, oh, he's a good boy. Because why Arupananda Swamiji would have said this? Because he was already a realized soul, and he knew the blessings that he gave to Dalal Maharaj was attended. He would have gone a far, far way. And this is the kind of thing that Swami Arupananda. I can remember when he was going preaching up, I remember Durgapur. He will be speaking, and then suddenly he will start crying. He'll be crying like that. And then we have to wait for him like 1 or 2 minutes for him to recompose himself. And he will also say Thakurji, and he will be like, he was like beaming with one with God, Swami Parameshananda. And he will do that for a couple of times. And what a experience to have that. Someone love for God is so powerful, being one with God. This is an example that I want to bring for you here today, that we should have that bhakti and devotion that Swami Arupanandaji had. And then I can remember one time we were getting ready to go to Sabrimala to do Ayappa Swamiji medical relief. That's the Pamba River. We had a camp there in Kerala, and then halfway up Pachimedu. And then just a little interjection, that next to our Apache Meadow camp, guess who was there? Savaри Padam. It was where Mother Seri would have stayed when she was serving Mating Rishi and other Swamijis. And to go to that place, it's a steep mountain about a mile up from Pamba River. And I can't imagine how she would have lived in that jungle, ferocious animals. But anyway, she wasn't an ordinary person. She was a tribal lady that wanted, that she had God's grace when she denied, oh, I don't want to have an animal be sacrificed for my wedding, for my happiness, but the loss of a life. This is how we have to think. That's what make Mother Seri so great. Anyway, we would have been there, and I spent some time. We go up to Ayappa Swami and we take blessings, and 60 million people would have come over a period of time, the South Indian. But anyway, another day we'll cover the story. But we were coming back, and we were in Benares, and we got the ashram was giving us some food. And they tell us, oh, Swami Arupanandaji is not feeling well. He's in the nursing home. He's gone down, his health. He was already 99 years old. So we know anytime he's going to go now. So then we came to Kolkata with the train. Nothing we can do. Next morning we found out he's doing good. The next day I was with Secretary Swamiji BHARAT. Well, he wasn't secretary then, but BHARAT Swamiji. And we got the news that Swami Arupananda is not feeling well. He's going down badly. So we ran over there. In 5 minutes, 10 minutes, we were nursing home. And then we saw them carting Swami Arupanandaji in the bed with the oxygen in his nose. And as he was passing by, he waved his hand to say goodbye. And yes, it was a goodbye. 5 minutes after, we got the message that he passed away. What an easy death, right? And but listen to this story. That before I went to the Sabrimala trip, I went to bow to him and say, Swamiji, I'm going now. He said, no, you don't come to bow to me. You go to Thakurji, Swami Parameshananda, then you come to me. Which is very unusual because it's the first time he's asked me to do that. Anyway, I follow his orders. So I was finding out afterwards what happened. Why did Arupananda Swamiji ask me to do that? And then his attendant monk, he would have said that Swami Parameshananda would have said to Arupananda Swamiji, you're going to come and join me now in a short while. Imagine that God is telling his disciple that you're going to join me. And that was his most happiest day when he was told he'd be giving up his body. And yes, when he lost his body, we knew that he joined Swami Parameshananda. But here's a powerful message, that we have to prepare ourselves for these kinds of things. You know, we're taking life so lackadaisically, but God is pressuring us, is giving us all the time, you know, that, okay, come to me. And this COVID is a typical example. Let us not waste the time. This is a powerful message, and I hope that you understand it and you take it very seriously. You make a change in your life, rearrange your mind, and you'll see transformation. You'll get the bliss of this lifetime. Like Swami Arupanandaji, whoever you serve as God, whether it be Christ or the Buddha or Krishna or Swami Parameshananda or Mother Durga or any God that you worship, you intense your relationship with that God, and then you will get that blessings. Let us all pray that, oh Lord, give me the wisdom to rediscover I am consciousness. Everything is in me. This mandir, we welcome to mandir, the mandir of nature, the mandir of the four murtis, earth, water, fire, air, and space, and the murti that is in us, and the consciousness that is in us. We are everything. Om Purnamadaha Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadhaya Purnamevavashishyate. Well, let's do some meditation. Okay, let's try it. Om Sri Guru Shivaya Namah. 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 मन की आँखें खोल बाबा, मन की आँखें खोल, मन की आँखें खोल बाबा, मन की आँखें खोल बाबा, मन की आँखें खोल. Chant with me. Hari bol, Hari bol, Hari Hari bol, Hari bol, Hari bol, Hari Hari bol. Hari bol, Hari bol, Hari Hari bol, Hari bol, Hari bol, Hari Hari bol, Hari bol, Hari bol, Hari Hari bol. दुनिया क्या है एक तमाशा, चांदिनों की झूठी आशा, ज्ञान तराजू हाथ में लेकर तोल सके को तोल बाबा, मन की आँखें खोल बाबा, मन की आँखें खोल. हरि बोल, हरि बोल, हरि हरि बोल, हरि बोल, हरि बोल, हरि हरि बोल. When troubles are coming from all directions, what do? We chant the name of the Lord. Hari bol, Hari bol. Vishnu Bhagwan, the sustainer, incarnating as Lord Shiva, Lord Krishna, incarnated as Lord Rama, the Buddha, and Swami Parameshananda, and so many other incarnations. Take this day and enjoy. Hari Om, Shanti, Shanti, Hari Om. Aren't you feeling good? Maintain that peace and tranquility throughout the day.